Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Today is Saturday, August 12th. Time is around 7 GMT, and we will have a look at the DAX futures on the Wanda platform. So it's Saturday, markets are closed, but during the weekend I always analyze the higher time frame, the weekly, the daily, as a preparation for the trading week and also for investors. So here we are looking at the weekly time frame, and my take on the DAX is that we did, here from the March 2020 lows, first impulse here to the upside. We have 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We end with divergence. This looks good. This looks like a complete cycle, and after this upward cycle, we did a downward cycle to correct this impulsive structure. So I believe we did this as an ABC. As you can see, we touched here the area where the wave 2 should go. Like if we take the length of our wave 1, then we know that a wave 2 should go into the area between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracement. And this is what happened here. We touched it, and we went back up again. So yeah, now if we have this wave 1 and this wave 2, we can also predict or calculate the target for our wave 3, which is then here. If we take the length here of the wave 1, the length of the wave 2, then eventually we should go into this area here between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension, which is the target for our wave 3. But okay, we do not go there in a straight line. We should go there again in 5 waves. And so now in my primary scenario, I believe we are now doing this first wave. Then we should have a wave 2 to the downside, 3, 4, 5 here into this area. This is the primary scenario. Now let's consider some alternative scenarios in the higher time frame. I think besides this one, we can come up with a very bearish one and a very bullish one. The very bearish one would be that this wave 2 here is not finished yet, so that we are actually still working on the correction, and that we have an expanded flat structure like this, so that this here is our wave A in 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. Then this here is a corrective structure as a wave B, and then from here we should have a wave C, an impulsive structure down in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, deeper into this area where the wave 2 should go. Like this is very bearish. I do not have any reason to make this my primary scenario, because the current low is here, or price action is for the moment here. So yeah, there is quite some separation between these two areas. So it would not be relevant to consider this as, or to take this as my primary scenario. But it is a scenario that still can play out. It's a scenario we should be aware of. And then the extremely bullish one would be that our wave 1 is in somewhere here, as we will see on the lower time frame. I mean the daily and the 4-hour. This could be here a complete structure, a wave 1, and that we are now, like you will also see in a minute, that I'm considering a scenario that this here is also an expanded flat structure, so down, overshooting wave B, and then down again. And so maybe this expanded flat structure, which I will discuss in a minute in more detail on the daily and the 4 hour, could actually be also our wave 2. If this is a complete structure 1, then expanded flat as a wave 2. And then it could mean that soon we start this wave 3 of 3, which is a very strong wave. Wave 3 of 3 is the strongest. So that would be a very bullish case. And then here it becomes something like this, that this was just the 1, that we had the 2 here, or that we are now doing the 2, and then a good, very good push up in the weekly, in the daily, as a wave 3 of 3. But okay, for the moment, I mean, this is a scenario which is possible, but again, I cannot make this my primary scenario. It rather looks like we have, or we will soon have, something complete here, like we have enough, or we have enough swings, so we have enough waves. We also see divergence here in the RSI, so I prefer to stick with my primary scenario as it is currently indicated. So, and that scenario means that we still have to finish this wave 1, and that then a wave 2 will follow. So now let's have a look at let's have a look at the daily. So here, this was our wave 2 low. Here, and so then, what we see is, so here I distinguish between also a bearish and a bullish one. I do not really favor one over the other. And actually, this analysis is still similar as the analysis I presented last week to you, because like this here was a price action this week. We just stayed here. We did not really move. So the bullish scenario would be that we still have to, like, we still have to make this wave 5 in both scenarios. So the bearish one is in red, the bullish one is in green. And so for both scenarios, I consider this as wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. And the only difference now is that for the bullish one, I assume that the wave 4 was in here, and that we then should go like 1, 2, and then more upside as a wave 5. And the bearish one is a scenario where the wave 4 was not in here yet, but we should still make this wave 4, and we will make this wave 4 as an expanded flat. So 1, 2, 3. So or wave A or wave B, then a wave C to the downside, taking out this low. We go in 5 waves down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and from here up again. So a bullish and a bearish one that did not really change. And to refer to my very bullish one that I just presented in the weekly, that would mean that so the very bullish scenario would mean that our wave 1 is in here. And then we have 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We end with divergence, and that we are now doing a wave 2, but as an expanded flat. So that this expanded flat is actually our wave 2. That would probably mean also like a shallow wave 2. So normally this wave 2 is supposed to go here into this area between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracement. But if this is our wave 2 as an expanded flat, of course it is possible that we have a very strong and long wave C here to the downside. But from a distribution point of view, it would look like we will not reach this area. But okay, this is just like I told you, this scenario. It's on my radar, but I do not really analyze it in detail. We need more data for this, but I just want to share it with you. It is something that could play out the next weeks, and then yeah, on the 4 hour, like I said in the daily, my two scenarios just differ here because of this low. In the bullish scenario, this wave 4 is in. In the bearish scenario, it is not in. We do an expanded flat like this. So this here as our wave A, this here as our wave B, and then wave C to the downside. But yeah, unfortunately, like this was our price action this week, so my analysis in the end does not much differ from my analysis last week, because the data did not differ. Yeah, I think the conclusion is still the same for investors. Like overall, I'm already telling for some weeks that we are in an area to buy, to take profit, not really to buy here. I would definitely not buy. I would only buy for the next good pullback. So here I would rather take profit as an investor, because yeah, this looks like an ending trend. We have divergence, we have our five waves, so there are several reasons to believe that this is ending. Okay, we can see a bit more upside as a wave 5. This is my primary scenario, but yeah, the upside in a wave 5 should be limited. And then for traders, yeah, we will analyze the lower time frame this week. We could not do much because we just stayed here. We did not had any trade in the DAX. So let's see what next week brings. But yeah, so the two scenarios that I'm still considering now, and which are also equally valid, are depicted here, and we will just continue with this next week. Okay, so this was my higher time frame analysis. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work, and I see you back on Monday for an analysis of the lower time frame. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.